Another night greets me. It's been 3 days since the investigation, and not one glimmer of hope for me. Time idles by as death draws ever closer to claim me. The mark that brings death. The only way to escape it is to defeat the spirit that gave it to me. But I have no clue where that spirit is right now. If my theory is right, we've actually seen the spirit already. And I mean we, the player, not necessarily the character. Maybe things would be different if that specialist Sayakuja was alive. A knock breaks my train of thought. How long you plan on sleeping? You're pretty relaxed for a guy who could die soon. The ex-detective, Satoru Mashita. The other mark bearers left the mansion, but he stayed behind. Mary was the cause. I guess she asked him to help as he was leaving. She went against Ayakuja's wishes by doing that, but it seems it was for my sake. But I don't know about Mashita. Even if he was asked to stay, he has no reason to agree. What's that look? Not happy I stayed behind? So, you want to be alone in this giant mansion with a minor? That sounds pretty shady. He's got a bad mouth, as usual. His true intentions aside, I have to say I'm honestly grateful for his help. My amnesia could hit without warning, so I can't go out whenever I want. He's been going around gathering information in my place. I saw some people from the force. Still no ruckus over H Elementary. But wait a second. That guard went missing. His company should be notified. That company is exactly the issue. It's run by Yakuza thugs who have their eyes on the labor department. They don't want the police involved. Plus, in a shitty company like that, people up and walk out all the time. Yamashita, that was his name. Everyone thinks he up and split. I hear that's why they're having a hard time finding a replacement. If you didn't know the school was haunted, it'd just be another abandoned building. The government wouldn't need to rush to find a new guard. The man lived alone, so a missing persons report won't be filed soon. School most likely won't come under suspicion until then. That's it for my report. He covered a lot of ground in a short time. Ex-detectives sure are handy. Did you bring up the mark or spirits when you were asking around? Do you think I'm an idiot? They'd be calling the loony bin. Even if kids or I did bring them up, who'd honestly believe us? Why waste my breath? Exasperated, he shrugs. Searching the mansion was on you, so did you find anything? I came up blank as well, though I've only gone through half so far, and some of the rooms were locked. Stuck without a warrant. Like you'd wait for something like that. I swallow the words before they come out. Oh yeah, Mary's asking for you. You should get going. I've been waiting for you. Mary is sitting primly on the couch, the same as always. It appears you are having a difficult time with your investigation. I do wish I could be more used to you. I know you can sense mark bearers. Can you sense spirits too? If they were to come onto the grounds, I believe I could, yes. That doesn't sound particularly useful. Do you have any other abilities or powers? Indeed. I can view the vague shape of the course of a person's fate. Like predicting the future. Oh no, nothing quite so extreme. It's more akin to fortune-telling. It may or may not come to pass. I get it. That's why what you predicted earlier didn't actually happen. Did Mary tell you something? The truth you're seeking can be found here, or some such. Like a fool, I fell for it. So convinced. Such an idiot. A loud knock sounds at the door. A visitor in the dead of night. A mark bearer. I open the door and the visitor strides in. It's a shitty-looking young man in a uniform delinquents these days tend to wear. He smirks at me, clearly feeling superior. This place, Kujo Mansion? I got business with some Saya chick. No way you're her, huh? He narrows his eyes, staring suspiciously. Oh no, don't hand this off to me. I'm horrible with kids. They never dared put me in charge of juvie. You guys know her, yeah? Don't care which one of you it is, but would you hear me out? Introductions are quickly done. His name's Sho Nakashima, and as we'd guessed, he's got a mark. He rolls up his right sleeve to show us, and yep, the red mark is burned in. And a cult freak friend said something, like it gives you amnesia. For real? Yeah, that's right. I can't even remember my real name. You're kinda too calm for all that. Bet you're pulling a fast one on me. That grates, but the reaction's normal. But if he's not going to believe the rumors, then he had no reason to come. Why is he here then? Rumors are just that. Amnesia or dying because of some mark? That's comic book craziness. Every word of it is true. Was that a girl's voice? There is a saying, the truth is stranger than fiction. They are two sides of the same coin. Mary begins explaining. I'm sure she figured it would be the fastest way to convince him. You got some damn speaker set up somewhere, don't you? I don't take kindly to threats. He peers closely at Mary. Such a mechanism does not exist, Lord Sho. No way! He yelps pathetically, his eyes wide, and suddenly falls flat on his ass. Seems that despite appearances, this punk is terrified of ghosts and monsters. His tough act is likely a cover. After that, he meekly pays full attention to Mary as she speaks. He listens quietly, his face pale as she tells him about the mark and spirits. By the time she finishes explaining, his face is devoid of color. Now, Lord Sho, have you not already experienced the beginnings of memory loss? Yeah. I don't think he's used to Mary yet. His face is rather stiff. My memory's always been crap, so I thought I was imagining things. But then it started getting so bad that it was just ridiculous. I got this occult friend, yeah? Told him about my scar, the mark, and he scared the shit out of me. Showed me an article that said it was all that scar thing's fault. So now I'm here. Moe mentioned seeing an article by Saya Kujo in a magazine, too. It's all because of some monster. The hell? This is crazy. Why'd this have to happen to me? Not believing it is normal. But if you don't, you'll die. If you don't want to kick the bucket, figure out how you got the mark. Even if your memory's gone bad, you should at least remember that. I'm not that far gone, thanks. I'm positive I got it in the forest by H Castle. I know I did. I mean, it does have a rumor about the place being cursed, so... we should probably ask him some more about it. It's cursed. Sho stiffens like a board. I hate that supernatural crap. Just talking about it freaks me out. What a wimp. Rumors exist for a reason. That place is a famous suicide spot. 50 people die there a year, so they say. And that's just what they find. So I don't know if that's supposed to be the actual stats for Aokigahara. Once, there was a mass suicide. It has its fair share of grisly history. Sho's eyes are wide. He looks like he swallowed a bug. What should I ask next? The huge forest west of the city. Wait, doesn't everyone know that? Even kids do. But I've lost my memory. Maybe that's why I don't know about it. The place is the city's garbage dump. Bunch of nasty rumors about it. There's illegal industrial waste dumping there, like, all the time. It's not just objects, either. They say a black car once dumped a young woman's body there. A new mother strangled her kid there because she couldn't take care of it. There's tons more rumors like that, whether or not any of them are true. I heard some of those too. Like the lost kid who was eaten by a dog and they only found his torso. Or that a murderer hides out there and kills anyone who gets near. The two of them happily exchange stories. Apparently, while he hates ghosts, he's more than fine with this kind of stuff. I've hit up the edge of the forest a few times, but never walked in. No one with half a brain goes there. What should I ask next? I was obviously on my bike, man. The place is totally empty at night, so it's perfect for driving around. Riding around, free as a bird, helps me clear my mind. Before you ask, yes, I have my license and no illegal mods. Is that so? We don't need another person flaunting the law. One's enough. Flouting the law. I smile wryly. Who would have thought this kid would be on the straight and narrow? That day I was clearing my head when my bike broke down. I stopped to check it out. Then suddenly I've got this scar. I doubt we'll get any more out of show. No info on the spirit then. You haven't forgotten anything? No keeping secrets now. Quit strong-arming me. Hold your horses, I'm thinking. He's complaining, but I can see he really is combing through his memories. There was something. It wasn't a ghost or nothing, but I did spot something weird. Over by the side of the road, I saw this huge man. A giant. It wasn't just some tree's shadow. Honestly, I'm not real sure. The place was pretty dark, and I only saw it for a second. Sounds pretty iffy. Is that info really reliable? May I interject? In truth, there are a number of supernatural rumors set there. One happens to corroborate Lord Shou's story. The rumor of Shimi-O. Sounds like Mary has an idea. Could you tell us more about it? Of course, Lord Light. I shall tell you the story of Shimi-O, the man of the forest. Chapter 2, Shimi-O. Hey, have you heard that rumor? That one about the weird giant man. He's covered in black splotches. So people call him Shimi-O, the spotted man of the forest. I've heard he asks everyone he meets a question. Do you like bees? A college student who heard the rumor decided to go to the forest to see, and a man covered in splotches really did appear. Do you like bees? The student laughed. Yeah, sure, I like them. And then... let's raise some then. In your body. Shimi-O asks those he meets a single question, then kills them using his drill. That might be none other than the figure you saw, Lord Shou. However, I have no proof. Then we'll have to gather evidence. Let's get ourselves to the forest. Investigations require legwork. There is no hesitation in Mashita. After facing Hanahiko, he knows full well what spirits are capable of. Is this his training and experience as a police detective? Hey now, you serious? Going there in the middle of the night? You guys have totally lost it. You scared? What'd you say? I ain't no scaredy cat. Hey, old man, take me with you instead of him. If that huge guy really is some monster, I'll pound him to dust. He's easy to manipulate. You've settled on a destination. Please head to the forest by H Castle once you are ready. Your first goal is to identify the spirit that bestowed the mark. Best wishes for your investigation. New info is added to the file. Forest and Shimi-O. New chapter item changes. All items obtained within a chapter are removed at the end. If a character brings an item, it will be added at the start. New chapter soul power. It will return to 1000. That's heartbreaking, man. So we're gonna take the punk. It's got a lot of power. Not much else going for him, though. Oh boy. Okay, it's been a little while. We're gonna give this a shot to try to knock out the next chapter. So one of the things I wanted to talk about before we get into this was something that at least one person did not realize. So the question was, why is Moe missing her clothes? So at the end of the first chapter, spoilers kind of, but if you're watching this video, you should have seen the one before it. You never see Hanahiko's body until you're ready to fight him. And the reason for that being is because he's wearing her clothes. He's missing the little scarf ascot thing. I don't know if he just didn't know how to put that on or what. But yeah, that's what happened to her clothes and why she doesn't actually get them back since Hanahiko keeps them. Freaking klepto ghosts. I blame the schools. So anyway, let's see what horrors await us in the forest here. Shit. Why am I... Damn it, why? Sho throws himself into the passenger seat and mumbles an endless litany of complaints. I really want to tell him to shut up, but I'm pretty sure that'll only make things worse. It's only natural for a guy his age. Hey, old man, you got a smoke? I blink in surprise. A cigarette, And real quick, there's something I should point out here for you guys. Like, I don't know if we're driving into oncoming traffic or what exactly, because if you notice, steering wheel's on the left side. Japanese cars are supposed to have them on the right side, like British cars. And the thing is, if it's on the left side, we should be on the right side of the road, like in the US. The wheel and the lane we're in doesn't match up unless we're driving into incoming traffic. The more you know. I instinctively put my hand in my pocket, but then I come to my senses. You're not old enough for that yet. Shut up, I'm 19 already, it's fine. 19? But you're still in high school. How is he in high school at 19? Now I've done it. I'm overcome with regret the instant I say it, but I can't take it back now. Well, excuse me for repeating a grade. Ah, he's one of those. Looks like I touched on a sore subject, even though that wasn't my intention. Like, I don't know how common that is in Japan. As screwed up as this is, I know if we had any repeaters back when I was teaching, they would tend to get expelled just to kind of boost the school's stats. So, I don't know how many 19-year-olds actually are in high school in Japan. Or maybe the rest of the country here in the US, since I could have just been at a very well, I was at a very messed up place. I'm not going to split hairs. The atmosphere in the car was bad enough, and now I've made it worse. I need to change the subject. So, are you in a club or anything? You look pretty fit, so maybe baseball or... Yeah, I played. But I quit. I think there might be an age limit on those, so a 19-year-old can't play it. Plus, there may be academic issues preventing them from playing it, too. My emergency save just swerved into dangerous territory. Broke my knee. Too many laps. Coach kept saying I had a bad attitude or looked at him funny. Sorry. Why are you apologizing? I don't care about that shit. I couldn't really get into it under that shitty coach anyway. I think I know now why he rides his motorcycle alone in the mountains. But if he came to Kujo Mansion after a setback like that... Ah, fuck. It's seriously frustrating. He gives up a string of swearing for a while. Anyone would act the same way. Anyone would swear up a storm, but keep going down the same path anyway. Down this dark, uncertain road that only leads to death. We arrive at the forest by H Castle. I stop the car near where Sho says he saw the man, and we enter the forest. All the guideposts on the path are faded, their paint peeling off. It looks hardly traversed, just as Sho and Mashita said. Oh my god. The recording's screwing up in case you can't quite see it. We walk a while until we come to a large arch, marking the start of a hiking trail. It's rusted over, and with the peeling paint it doesn't seem to have been touched up. The letters are faded and are mostly illegible. Carefully reading it, it says... Welcome to the... lush and romantic... Wood, Timberland. Spells out murder. Murder, huh? Coincidence, that's all. It's just because it's way old and faded. Come on, old man, let's go already. We pass under the arch and enter the forest. I'm gonna go forward a little bit and hope this recording can keep together. So I'm not seeing anything to interact with. We continue down the path a short while before we come across something unexpected. It's a grave marker. It was probably put there to honor those who commit suicide here. Might not be a bad idea to say a quick prayer for those who ended their suffering that way. Something's written in magic marker. Say the opposite of the truth. You'll be followed. Show skulls to cover his face. How his face is deathly pale. You'll be followed? Hell's with that? Damn it, who scribbles dumbass graffiti? Just off to the side, I notice a faint trail. Discover the entrance to the Beast Trail. Looks like there's a path over there, too. Hey, old man, try to keep up. The moonlight doesn't reach the Beast Trail that branches off the hiking trail, so we're in gloom. The trees are thick on both sides. We'd get lost if I didn't have a flashlight. Just then, there are footsteps close by, from the bushes. Hold on, did you hear footsteps too? I hear footsteps again. They seem to be getting closer. Then... What? A man appears from the bushes. He looks horribly exhausted. Don't startle me like that. You should stand around in the dark. What are you doing? The man falls silent. I think he realized he already knows the answer. Mashita did say this place is a famous spot for suicide. I just can't do it anymore. I worked myself to the bone in a job I don't even want. And you just bring another man home? How dare you? The nerve! He holds his head in his hands. He suddenly starts kicking a tree and yelling. Fuck. Fuck. A rapid stream of swear words flows out of his mouth. He seems to be the type that goes crazy when he's upset. Hey, could you tell me? How much nerve do you have to do that, huh? Stop him. Death invites death. I hear that voice again. Stop him. Does that mean I should dissuade him? If you got something to say, just spit it out, you bastard! Since backhanding him isn't an option, we'll silently listen. It would be bad if he went berserk here. We'll just have to hear him out. But it seems the man misinterprets my silence. Oh? Do you feel the same way? Of course you do. You're here in this forest, after all. What did she think I was doing? Worked myself sick, but stuck with it anyway. And for whose sake? I even bought her a purse on our anniversary last year. Damn it. Damn it. Then she goes and sees another man? The man curses the darkness. He's completely lost it. I should probably avoid any tactless interjections or flattery. Hey, you there. Was it me? What'd you think? Clear this up for me. Did I do something wrong? We're not alone. What? The man's gaze darts around nervously. Then he mutters quietly. Could it be that creepy guy? He checks around on full alert. Satisfied that no one's there, he resumes speaking. I'm sure she just laughed if she heard I was dead. Hanging off her asshole lover. But when I think about it, you know, it's strange. Why do I have to make her happy when it causes me such pain? It's ridiculous. I'm done with it. No way am I going to die for an idiot like that. That's right, I'm sure I can still... The man looks down at his feet, then glances up at me. We could still start over fresh, right? You're screwed, buddy. Yeah, I agree. I've lived this long. It's too late for me. I'll die sometime soon, even if it's not tonight. I'll endure it until the end. I don't know what you've been through, but you should rethink it. Honestly, though, you look like you'll be fine. His expression changes, as if he's remembered something. I saw a strange man while I was wandering around out here. His body was covered with black splotches. You think he's sick? He kept staring at me. It's creepy. If you're heading back, be careful. A man covered in splotches. Mary brought up some rumors about a man like that. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Name's Masao Kimura, if we ever meet again. The man scratches his head and smiles a bit. Let me buy you a drink or something. Well, see ya. We don't talk long with Masao Kimura before he leaves. Man at the brink of suicide. Damn, what a pain in the ass. Guys like that should hurry up and die. The beast trail continues onward. Let's return to our investigation. Okay, just tried resetting the recording to see if that helps any. Not seeing anything sparkle, which is kind of refreshing from the school where there was all that crap to interact with. Yeah, if there's actually something there, I didn't see it. Usually a ghost or something flickers for a moment. I go to open the door and my hand gets coated with a sticky liquid. It smells sweet. Is this honey? Why would there be honey on a doorknob? Mystified, I step inside the cottage. How about that? It's clean. You could spend a night here easy. I ignore Sho's rambling and take a good look around the cottage. I'm not sure why, but something feels off. It takes me 2 seconds to figure it out. It's too clean. Huh? Sho looks at me, startled. Don't you think it's strange? Why would a building that's been abandoned for so long be this clean inside? I don't even have to look to know his face just turned 3 shades wider. You're saying someone lives here? I don't know for sure, but it's possible someone comes here occasionally. That or... I immediately start shining my flashlight on places of interest. What do you think is in this bag? It's pretty big. How should I know? If you're so interested in it, why don't you open it already? Sho gives me the go-ahead, so I open up the burlap sack. Before I can stop it, it loses its balance and topples to the floor. Sho's eyes open wide, aghast. So I was kind of wondering how they were going to work in a scantily clad woman for this part, and now we know. What rolls out onto the floor is a corpse. A woman. What's with that body? Her body is drilled through with countless holes. A sharp cylindrical tool must have gouged them. Even odder, her whole body appears to be covered in liquid. A thick, sweet scent fills the air, strong enough to make you want to cough. Is this honey? Honey? On a corpse? Why? He's not really asking me, obviously. There's no way I'd know. All I do know is... we need to get out of here as soon as possible. Let's hurry and search the rest of the cottage. What? You're gonna look around? What are we gonna do about this? He's not expecting us to take it, is he? Close the bag and put it back. That's all we can do. Come on, help me out. Hey, this isn't the time to be freaking out. Who's freaked out? Sweating profusely, we managed to get the job done. We still need to search the rest of the cottage. New info is added to the spirit file. Corpse in the cottage. Bottles and drugs are all in a line. The labels say night-night. Most of the bottles are empty. Well, yoink! I shake each one and luckily find one that still has some left inside. It's an old notebook. The cover says Honeybee Family Notes. Make hive, new body, smear honey all over. Ferment honey, get stinky liquid. Drawn by smell. Honey, bee, enter hive. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually use a human body to make a beehive. I don't know how they react with dead things. Ah, crud. I didn't mean to push that again. Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, that was a happy coincidence, I guess. Honeybees are our friends. Make them amiable with medicine from the sprayer. If they get mad, pay attention to the direction the hive is facing. Awakened honeybees leave the hive in the direction of the sun. That looks like some useful information. Should I rip it out? Yoink! I flipped the switch at the base of the light bulb, but it doesn't turn on. Maybe it's broken. I peek through a crack to see if anything's inside, but it seems to be empty. It's a metal toolbox. There's a thin layer of dust built up on the outside. No one has touched it for a long time. It's locked. There's no way to open it. Do I have anything in my toolbox? We could bash it up with a baseball bat. I take out the baseball bat. What do I do with it? I don't have any particularly good ideas. Come on, you have a frickin' delinquent with you. He'll know what to do. Hand it to him and go look out the window. I remove the lid and look inside, but all I find is dust. I think we're done here. Cut through brush, went down trail, so we're back at where the grave was. As we continue through the dense forest, a pain cry suddenly echoes among the trees. Hey, maybe it's Lisa Trevor. This is where she wound up after Resident Evil. There's a pattern on the tree trunk. There's an arm-like pattern on the bark. Is this even a natural occurrence? I look around the tree and find a talisman on the exact opposite side of the tree from the pattern. When I pick up the worn-up talisman, I feel warmth. The worn-out talisman crumbles silently in my hand. Like, this kind of makes me wonder how big the later levels are going to be. Another one? Let's go over forward before I do that, because that'll lead us into the other trail. There's a wooden box that probably used to contain a beehive. I carefully approach it, but I don't see any bees. I open the box, and find a metal tool inside. Crowbar. What's this doing here? Why not grab it? Great advice, kid. So now we can probably pry that toolbox open. It's hard to believe they go adventuring without a crowbar. It's like the Dark Ages. It's a grave marker placed to honor suicide victims. I searched the grave marker, but nothing's unusual about it. Off to the side, I notice a thin trail. Thought so. There's one here, too. Come on, let's go. I follow Sho into the bushes. Sho spots something and stumbles, falling backward into me. At the same time, every single hair in my body stands on end. I quickly look down and find something is clinging onto my ankles, its expression anguished. It seems eager to speak to me, but its voice is incredibly hard to decipher. Ad? I don't know what he's trying to say. Oh well. This blank, pitch black, again, can't see anything. What's it saying? Wait, the grave marker said to say the opposite of truth. But what's the opposite of the truth? Does that mean I'm supposed to lie? Hey, wait. Are you lifeless too? Close enough. It looks sad and lonely. Only the dead are here. I hear another voice at my feet. Am I dead? I don't believe it. I don't understand. Am I? Tell me. Am I dead? We're all a little dead inside. No way. I still have to suffer? It looks sad and lonely. I hear yet another voice at my feet. Someone, please listen. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live. I'm alive. Sure you are. That's right, I'm alive. I'm alive. The voice sounds like it passes through me and then sucked into the ground. The next thing I know, the shadow clutching at my ankles is gone. Sho stands there, his face deathly pale. No way. I saw it. God, it was so clear. It's okay. It's over now. Right. Old man. What? You're awesome. I know. Well, he's certainly straightforward. Sure, let's go. Yeah. So, okay. Took me a moment there to get my bearings, because I didn't know if I was in the next area and there was another one of those stones, or what. I step into the empty clearing. The air is filled with the buzzing of bees. There appears to be a giant beehive here. Probably wouldn't be wise to keep going without doing something about them first. These things are dangerous. Old man, don't push your luck. We beat a hasty retreat. So yeah, we had to go pry that thing open. These guys are probably going to lose 10 pounds from all the walking they're about to do. Tool. Master key. I take out the crowbar and shove it under the lid of the toolbox. I put pressure on it using it as a lever. The toolbox pops open. Got sprayer. Now I can use a variety of drugs. Manipulators will themselves be manipulated. What's that thing? A sudden voice makes me jump, and I shake it off and turn toward him. It's a tool that sprays chemicals and pesticides. You put the container of drugs in here and then do this. I quickly demonstrate how it works. Shio scratches his face, his brow furrowed. You sure know a lot, old man. I'll let you handle it then. And now I'm suddenly in charge of it. When I want to spray a drug, I'll have to choose which drug to use. But is this thing really that hard to figure out? Never seen it before either, but I still knew how to use it right away. Obtained a sprayer. I went the wrong way. Like, because I backed out of the building, I thought I would have to back out the entire trail, and yeah. It's late, folks. Give me a break. Now I need to take out my vengeance on these bees. I step into the empty clearing. The air is filled with the buzzing of bees. There appears to be a giant beehive here. Probably wouldn't be wise to keep going without doing something about them first. Yeah, there's that. I take out the sprayer and hold it in one hand. I should be able to use this to spray drugs. So... there it is. Let's feel it. Thankfully, they're out of reach. I have no idea how far the sprayer can reach, but the hive's not too high up. I should be able to reach it. And if not, just boost the kid. I already have the sprayer out. Now I need to choose which drug to spray. Night-night. I take out the night-night and put it in the sprayer. I take careful aim and spray the drug. The bee's movements get slower. Eventually the hive falls completely silent. Used up one bottle of night-night. I've silenced every beehive in this area. Now we can pass through. Yes, alright. Way to go, old man. You got this. Whoa. Did you just hear some kind of animal? I heard it. It sounds familiar. Turning around, I wonder if it's... Yep. That rabbit hops right in front of me. A bunny? The rabbit stares at us completely still. It's almost like it's waiting for us to follow. Hey, wait. The next thing I know, I'm rushing after it. Hey, where do you think you're going, old man? That rabbit was at H Elementary. It showed up and guided us when we were in trouble. That's not some normal rabbit. It's definitely acting with intent. At last, the rabbit guides me to... Are those mushrooms growing out of the torii? An old Shinto torii gate. There's a shrine here. The rabbit looks back at me. Then soundlessly it turns from the gate and hops into a bush nearby. Hey, old man! Don't mess with me like that! You're nuts running off like that! Hell's with that bunny anyway? Something's bothering me about it. I lost sight of it here, though. Just then, from out of the darkness, a huge swarm of bees descends on us. Shit, watch out. There are bees everywhere. Damn, we gotta get out of here. Shio pulls my arm and we stumble back to the earlier crossroad. Mysterious shrine. So there's a noose on the right that we'll look at momentarily. Looks like that's the only thing to look at here. You can't interact with it. We'll go left. Whenever I hit one of those crossroads, that's usually the direction I go first. There's a leaning Jizo statue. It's supposed to be dirty, as if someone hasn't been looking after it and moss is growing on its back. I pat around the Jizo statue to reach it, and there's a strange texture on its moss-covered back. When I brush away the moss, I find a yellow paper stuck to the statue. Found a worn-out talisman. So, by talismans, in Japanese culture, those can actually be like a strip of paper with things written on it that supposedly convey holy or cleansing or some sort of power to it. So don't think it's like a stone all the time. There's a small crack between the doors. I can only imagine that creates a bad draft. The sliding doors won't open. They seem to be locked. Well, it's a good thing we have a master key. Wrong one, damn it. Master key, I said. I take out the crowbar and jam it between the doors. Yeah, do it. It's the fastest way. But I can't break the lock. I throw my body weight behind the crowbar 2 or 3 times, then... there's a sound of metal breaking. What? The crowbar snaps completely into 2 pieces. You had one job, dude! Oh my god. Too much force, old man. At least the lock got busted too. Good. Hurry up and look inside. I want to kill them both. Going around breaking my master key. You overdid it, man. The door's a mess. You made it even harder to open now. I push the door open and step inside. Only to run into something. Stop. Don't come any closer. If you come any closer, I'll sue. The woman is backed up in a defensive stance. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. If you try anything, I'll... Shut up, old lady! Old! At Shio's roar, the woman shrieks and falls silent, eyes wide. It's incredibly rude, but honestly I'm grateful. We wait for the woman to calm down before asking what she's doing here. Forgive me, it was all a misunderstanding on my part. I'm Christine Arimura, freelance news anchor. Though I haven't done much recently. Wait, I've seen you. You're that woman that was in the news. Wow, it's really true. Celebrities are more beautiful in person. Cut that out. This isn't the time for flattery. She says that, but she doesn't sound that upset. She seems to love being complimented. Anyway, what are you doing out here? Her expression clouds over. Well? Show huffs at me. You really have to ask? You lost your tact in your old age. And thus show us no more. Masao Kimura's face comes to mind. That's right. This place is... I was going to die. Yes, I know full well just how stupid that is. But sometimes that's the only choice you have left. I should have known better. Such a thoughtless question passed my lips. Wish I could blame the mark for this. Oh yeah, I heard something about you fooling around with another celebrity. Not that I care about that stuff. That's why I came out here, so I wouldn't cause trouble for anyone. At the very end, I thought about calling someone, but couldn't, so I made up my mind. But then in the forest... I have a bad feeling about this. What was in the forest? A huge man. An extremely huge man. No, actually I'm not sure if he was really human or not. But I saw a figure like that. Then I suddenly got scared. So I ran into this cottage. I'm here to kill myself and I just run from danger. I'm a riot. What's wrong? You two aren't saying anything. That's the same as what I... Yeah. Christy must have seen Shimi-O, which means she must also. Have you got a weird scar recently? One that stings every now and then. I know the answer just from her reaction. How'd you know? I only just noticed it myself. There's a strange bite mark on my palm. This is crazy. Someone receives the mark when they're already planning suicide. The height of irony. Hey, old man, what are we supposed to do now? That lady came to off herself, you know? Is there any point in helping her? Help me? I'm not going to kill myself anymore. I swear, please. I'm terrified of him. Her eyes are serious. She must mean what she says. It might only be a temporary change of heart, but... Alright, we'll help you. Our home base is Kuto Mansion. We need to go... Stop messing with the flashlight, old man. What? What's happening? The light won't turn on. This has happened before, but back then... I got it to go back on right away. But this time it's not working. What? What was that? A noise? From behind the cottage? Is something there? Shit, it's no use. I give up on the flashlight and stuff it in my bag. But what's the plan now? Do we bunker down in this cottage we can't even lock up? Or... we have to run out of the forest. Are you insane? Staying here would be suicide. This place is strangely clean. That means someone is coming here. You mean he comes here? Let's go. We walked all the way here. We should know how to get back. You're seriously going? Are you mad? Sorry, but we're out of time. Stay here if you want. I won't stop you. We step out into the pitch blackness. Damn it, I can hardly see. Anyway, we need to go straight back to the entrance with no detours. We've got no idea where he could be waiting for us. The words leave me in a rush. If I hadn't spit them out, I'd never finish. My voice is starting to shake too much. A marked bearer in a cottage. So, backwards. We're at a fork already. Which way? Where do we go? I think east. We came from the east. Okay. Yeah. Don't yell, old lady. Something's coming closer. We need to get out of here fast. So... perspective-wise, this isn't accurate. There's the hive. Another fork? Which way this time? South. It's south. The exit should be straight ahead from there. Just have to worry about the perspective changing. Quiet. Something's passing through the bushes right by us. Shit, is he following us? Even if he is, we have to keep going. This is nuts. No way we can just stand around anymore. Right, let's go. Backwards. Forward. Forward. Wait a second. Christy suddenly stops. What's wrong? Someone's coming. I'm telling you, someone's coming. Up from the darkness jumps Mashita. So this is where you were. You're closer than I thought. Wait, why are you here? I had a bad feeling, so I grabbed a car and made my way here. Looks like you're in a rough spot. You can say that again. Anyway, we're on our way back. Good plan. Mashita glances over at Christy. Run now, explain later, we gotta get out of here. We reach the entrance safe and sound. The creepy murder on the arch is such a familiar sight now. Alright, if we made it this far, then we must be. Yeah, it's all good now. Christy doesn't move. She looks worried, staring off at the forest entrance. What's wrong? Huh? Oh, over there. Doesn't it look like someone's there? She's looking at a picnic table hiding in the gloom next to the gate. My gaze is drawn over as if by magnets. What is that? The scene before me is strange. There's a huge, misshapen man with bees crawling all over his face. My eyes fixate on his mouth. He looks like he's laughing. My heart thunders painfully when I catch a glimpse of the limp figure sitting beside him. It's him, that man. He was going to commit suicide. Masao Kimura. It's definitely him. Control those that are different and exercise. That strange voice echoes in my head again. My vision warps. He's dead. Kimura's dead? When? Why is he on that bench? My legs give out. When I finally focus enough, I find myself kneeling on the ground. Old man, keep it together. It's still okay. He hasn't seen us. We have to escape while we can. Christy's completely out of it. She won't move an inch unless someone drags her. Let's go. We're going to the parking lot. Quietly. Sho, you bring her. You got it. Come on, Mashita, let's go. Mashita? He's gone. Huh? I took my eyes off him for 2 seconds and he's not by the bench anymore. He disappeared. A machine growls, and the undergrowth near us rustles. He's right there? Run! Mashita yells, scrambling away. A hollow bang rings out from behind me. A gunshot? Must be Mashita. I had no idea he had a gun. I dive headfirst into the car, slamming my head accidentally into the steering wheel. Mashita tumbles into the passenger seat last. You didn't tell me you had a gun. Why would I tell you? No time to talk now, just hit the gas. I'm trying. The engine won't start. Shit. Old man, what are you doing? Mashita looks through the front windshield at the figure approaching. Hurry it up, he's coming. Shoot it! Shoot the fucking thing! Christy cowers in the back seat, her head in her hands. Please, God. Something bumps under the car. The whole vehicle rocks violently. But then... it turned on. Go! Let's get the hell out of here! Tires squealing, we race out of the parking lot. It's a shame he didn't phrase it something along the lines of, let's make it like a tree and get the hell out of here. An unspeakable sense of relief fills the car. If feeling truly alive is a real sensation, then it most definitely feels like this. The greatest irony is that the only time you can feel truly alive is when you have a brush with death. No one speaks for a while. We're all soaking in that feeling. It's only after we've left the mountain and reached buildings again that I feel like talking. Still. I glance through the rearview mirror and then at the passenger seat. Both Mashita and Sho are looking out their windows. Was it really okay for you to come here? If Mary finds out... Obviously I came with her permission. Mashita immediately retorts. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have come. I get it. Mary must have also guessed that we were in danger. So what happened to that explanation? Who's that woman behind us? Oh, right. I tell him everything I know so far about Christy Arimura. She offers up some details as well. The moment her background comes to light, Mashita smiles coldly. Arimura? Right, now that you mention it, I do remember you. You were fired over that scandal. Why, I never... Should I be disgusted or amazed at his rudeness? But these scars you all have, what were they called? Marks. Thanks. So you all have these marks? What happens when you have one? Well, Mashita butts in from the passenger seat. You die, within a few days' time. Suffering from something like amnesia. You zone out, and your brain takes a vacation, and it'll happen to me. Sho scoffs. You talk like it's someone else's problem. Sho. Mashita didn't mean it like that. You can only be blunt when discussing this. Doesn't look like Sho will buy that excuse, though. Guess it really is not your problem. After all, you don't have a mark anymore. Huh? What's he talking about? Oh, well, you see. Mashita has already lost Hanehiko's mark. He's free now. So there's no good reason for him to be here with us, but... You're putting yourself in danger for the truth? Can't believe it. You're like a saint. Christie's exaggerated compliment is drowned out by Mashita's sardonic laugh. It's nothing that noble. But thanks to that, I've learned the thing I most wanted to know. And what's that? When and how people get the mark. The first time I was oblivious, but this time I was aware of it. Mashita, you don't mean... He gives me his usual crooked grin and shows me his wrist. Sure enough, his skin is blemished by a scar that looks like a spirit's bite mark. Sho cries out, a look of horror on his face. Come on. No way. Did you seriously do that? Man, give it up already. It's someone else's problem, right? So just shut it. Mashita, could I say something? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. You never told me you had a gun. Oh, that... He laughs scornfully and shoves a paper bag into my hands. I open the bag and find a revolver-style handgun at the bottom. If you want it, take it. That's not why I... Mashita keeps on talking without stopping to hear what I have to say. It's loaded with 5 bullets. You can hang on to it. But promise me. Promise you what? Don't use it on anything other than a spirit. Not that there's any proof it'll work on them. Of course. Have any experience with guns? There's no way I would. To be fair, I don't really know. By the very least, right now I'm not getting the feeling that I can handle a gun. Oh. Only use it under extreme stress. With no experience, you won't hit your mark. Well, whatever, if I'm there. Just leave the shooting to me. You can face the spirit some other way. Yeah, that's how it was at H Elementary, too. And for God's sake, keep it hidden. Gun possession gives you 3 years penal labor. I'd get it with 1 to 10 myself just for giving it to you. And shooting a single bullet would get you more than 3 years, if not a life sentence. So you're telling me not to use it? No, I'm just telling you that if it's restricted that badly by the law, it's got that kind of power. Got the handgun.